If you're wasting hours editing, this AI tool will automate 80% of your video creation process. Hey guys, and welcome back. For today's video, I'll be reviewing a tool called Freebeat.ai. Freebeat has a ton of AI features. You can create music videos, text to videos, you can even translate and dub, there's imaging tools, music generators and apps, you've got loads of video apps and cool effects, and there's just so much, guys. And I'm going to cover the main features here that stand out, and then we'll briefly overlook some of the smaller AI features. And I just want to give a shout out to the team for providing me with credits and access so I can show off some of Freebeat's AI features and the platform. So guys, when you sign into Freebeat, you'll come across this very good looking premium dashboard. On the left here, you have a sidebar where you can access all the different AI tools. You have some additional settings below, such as the affiliate program, your subscription, some facts as well. Then on the top, you can join their Discord group, which is really well set up and active. And then you have the credits. So that will tell you how many credits you have available, and when you generate some AI content, the credits will be deducted from your total. Now it looks as if there's a new feature that's just dropped, which is Music Video Agent. So we're actually going to check that out first. I haven't used it yet, so it'd be interesting to see how this operates. So let's go to Music Video Agent, and here is the screen that we are on now. Okay, so it looks as if you add your music here, and they actually support some really popular platforms such as Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube, Suno, Udio, TikTok, Stable Audio and Refusion, so some really big ones there. Now below that you have some demos or previews, so let's have a look at a couple. And this is pretty cool, so it's kind of going through some kind of cave type ruins area, and it's got some music in the background, and yeah, it's about a car, funny enough, but some really nice animations and effects there, and the quality of the video is very good. I mean, this is just an example of what you can achieve with Freebeat, and essentially you can create some really eye-catching music videos. And let's check out one more. So starts off pretty cool. So once again, really nice, and these are full-length videos, which is just awesome. So let's add some music in. I've got a Spotify premium account, so I'm gonna grab a song from there. Now guys, I do like the 80s, so I've just added in here I Love Rock and Roll. You may know it, it's a good 80s classic. Let's go to enter and see what happens. So you'll see it says you're in line position 4 out of 4, and this does go down very quickly. So below that we have this type of equalizer, and on there you can drag this bar here, which is the end bar, and on the left you have the start bar. So anywhere in the song you want it to start, you can just drag it, and anywhere on this bar you can drag it, and that is where the song will finish. So I'm just going to leave it as the first 30 seconds, and there are some restrictions sometimes. So if you wanted the whole song, sometimes it only allows up to 60 seconds. For this feature, I'm not quite sure. So let's go with 1 minute and 20 and see. So that's 80 seconds. And then on the right here, we have give Freebeat a task to work on. Now, when you click on that, you'll have the image of the Spotify song. So you can see that here. So in this text box it says give Freebeat a task to work on. So I'm not quite sure entirely what that means, but I have this prompt that I got from ChatGPT, and it basically is going to create a video scene based on the song I Love Rock and Roll. So it says the visuals should feature lively scenes of a lively dance floor, people rocking out with guitars. So it sounds pretty cool. It's fairly in depth. Now the only option we have here is enter. So let's go to that. and now we'll be taking over to this chatbot type screen. So it'll be interesting to see how this operates. So it looks like agents are running like you might see on Claude and ChatGPT, and it's analysing this particular song. It's giving some details on the right here. At the bottom it says input analysing, and it's running. So these are like steps it seems to be taking and going through the process one by one. Okay, so we've got a bunch of text here, and it seems like it's taken into consideration the prompt that I gave it. And you'll see down below here on the right, it's got the user prompt, which basically shows the visual style, the themes, and the mood, and the artistic direction. So on the left, it's kind of broken all that down, and below input analysing, it now says analysing input completed, type continue, and we'll do that and see what the next process is. Now it seems to be sketching out a story for each scene to match the music, which is pretty cool. And I suppose running agents like this step by step would essentially provide a really detailed video output. This is what I think we're going for here. So on the right here you will see the concept, and it's broken it down: mood and emotion, core theme, all this other good stuff. It's got verses, it's got a pre-chorus. So this is all based on our prompt that we gave and the song. So we're just going to go to continue here, and what it says is it will now create the scenes. And it's got all these different scenes here, loads of information. I couldn't possibly go through it all, but it's really in depth, and now it's actually generating 26 images. That was really quick. So it's already got to 3. Now guys, check how cool this is. It's finished generating those 26 images. Success was 100%, and these are all the scenes, and on each scene it has the prompt underneath it, which you can copy if you want to. And if you hover over them, you'll see a nice hover animation, and these are all the images per scene. So look how cool that is. I'm really impressed by that. And now we can create a summary page. So we're going to finish this whole process off until the end. Now what it is doing here is it's summarizing the music's mood and storyboard ideas, and it's going to provide that in an HTML format, which I suppose you could paste into your website, or you could turn the HTML into a different markup. Okay guys, so really impressed here. This is the summary. Now if you scroll down, you don't see the whole thing, and that's something they need to have a look at. But if you open it up in a new tab, you will see it in a really nice format, and you'll see all the scenes. You will have the song here that you can play. It will even tell you all the Spotify details, give you a summary, and this all looks very professional. Now guys, the next part is the video generation part, and it will cost a huge 2,120 credits. But when you think about how many scenes there are, from what I can tell, it's going to generate a video for every scene. So in hindsight, you're going to get a full AI music generated video, and it's going to cost you less than 2,500 overall. And in comparison to other tools, this is very good. And just the process is seamless and very premium. So we are going to continue with this because I want to show you what the video will look like. Okay guys, so that took about 5 minutes to create 25 video clips for each scene. So you can see like the images before, on the right hand side it has all the video clips. And you can click on one and you can just click play, and you can see that particular video for that scene. And they're all very similar and related, obviously not the same, but it's kept the consistency really well, so thoroughly impressed. Now we're on step 6 out of 6, and the next part is we're going to extend and merge the video segments. So it's going to put all of these scenes together and make it one whole video, and then we'll take a look at it. Okay, so I've actually come across an error here for merging the video segments, and I've retried it twice, and unfortunately it doesn't seem to be working. I'm just going to try it one more time, and unfortunately I tried it again, but it doesn't seem to be working. So unfortunately I won't be able to show you that, and it did deduct 2,000 credits. So I have let the support team know about this, and I'm sure they will fix this ASAP. Okay guys, so the next feature I want to show you is the music to music video. I've grabbed a song from Spotify, which is the Beastie Boys' Fight for Your Right, which is an instant classic, and I've done from 0 to 1 minute. Once you've chosen your duration, you can then choose from these three options. You can choose to turn your music into a video, a dance video, or a lyrics video. So for a dance video, it needs to be under 60 seconds. So this is on 60 seconds, but maybe it just needs to be slightly under. Lyrics video, you'll just adjust these options here. It doesn't allow me to change the aspect ratio, which is 9:16, or the model, and I would say you just go to generate and that would be that. But we're going to turn our music into visual arts, so we'll just click there. Okay, so this is the create video section, and at the moment it's on the model fast. And on the right you have some sample videos, so some really eye-catching, realistic videos there. If you go to custom, it will now display all the AI video models that are available, from Runway to Luma to Pika, VEO. I noticed they don't have VEO 3 yet, but they have Clean 2.1 Pro, and they have all these other ones here. And of course they've got C-Dance, which is really good. Now we're just going to go with the model fast. I'm not sure which one that's based on, but let's go with that. And now we can describe the background idea for the music. Okay, so I've just put in here a hip hop based background about fighting for your rights to party. It's a house party environment with crazy shenanigans going on, and you can enhance this prompt with AI. So I'm actually going to do that. It will take my little basic prompt and make it a lot better. Okay, it's really gone all out here. A defiant MC leaps onto a coffee table, fist raises, breakdancers spin beneath him in a packed living room, strewn with pizza boxes and neon graffiti. So this sounds great. I'm looking forward to seeing how this will actually come out. So you can choose from 4 aspect ratios, 16:9, 4:3, 1:1 and 9:16. I'm going to leave it as 16:9, and this will cost 590 credits for whatever one you choose. So it will come up here, age verification required, I'm plus 18, and now it will generate. Here is one I created earlier, which is based on the soundtrack Burning Heart by Survivor. Let's check it out. So the image quality and the video quality is exceptional. It's kept the character consistency mostly all the way through. It's a bit of a motivational video, as is the tune, and it's 1 minute and 31 seconds long. So you can actually regenerate each scene if you want to, and then download it. Okay guys, here is the video and the images. Let's take a look. Okay, so overall the video is pretty cool. It's tried its best to stick to the song lyrics and the prompts I gave it. It's based on a lot of teenagers and kids, and then as you go through the images and the videos, it gets to the party. Each clip has its own prompts, but it's basically based on the prompt before that or other prompts to keep the consistency. And as I mentioned before, you can regenerate each clip. And depending on how long the clip is will depend on how many credits are deducted. Okay guys, the next feature we're going to have a quick look at is the translate and dub. Now I've just grabbed one of my videos, which is this one here, Ladybird AI review. And once you paste in a link, it will come up with a thumbnail. Now we'll choose the original language, which was English, and let's translate it to Spanish. And you can choose either female or male. Let's go with male. Number of speakers, they don't have multi-speaker yet, but that is coming soon, so that'll be really cool. Select the time range. We'll just do a short one. Let's just say 46 seconds. And the more you go up, the more credits will be used. So we don't want to use that many, so we'll keep it quite low, perhaps 32 seconds, and that'll cost 320 credits. And let's add subtitles. So now that will load. Okay guys, now unfortunately that has failed, and you may notice a previous one has failed as well. So when I pass over this video review to the team, they can have a look, and they are very responsive and looking to fix things as quickly as possible, so I'm sure they will fix this very soon. Now the next section is music apps. You have music to dance video, which I briefly showed you earlier. I'm not going to be doing this one. And there's music to lyric videos, and then you have music generator, which is pretty cool. Now there are multiple music models such as Stable Audio, Minimax Music, Suno version 3.5, Suno version 4 and Suno version 4.5. I have tried these Sunos, and unfortunately they are currently not working, although I managed to generate one song which I will show you. But before that, essentially what you can do is you'll choose the model. You can have it as instrumental, or you can have lyrics in your music, and then you'll just type in whatever you want and the AI will use that context to generate some music. And usually it's over a minute or two, which is good. Now one thing they could probably look at is when you go to your library, you would expect to see music generator up here somewhere, but it's not. So I think they need to add that in and sync it up with the music section. So there's not actually anywhere where you can find your music. So unfortunately I can't show you that song, which was actually based on LTDs, and I did upload it to the web, so it changed it to URL, but that link does not work now, so that is a bit of a bummer. But once again, I'm sure they'll fix that very soon. But let's skip that and go to video apps, and this is where the platform really shines. I would say they have a lot going on here. They have the AI video generator, which is this section. Now, I'm not going to generate loads of images here because we still got a few more apps to go through. But essentially what you can do here is image or text, and that will allow you to upload an image here. Then you would describe the content you want to create, which will be based on this image if you upload one. And you can even add up to 1500 characters. Now you can have 4 seconds or 8 seconds. You can choose between 720p and 180p. You can have the style as style or general, and over here you can choose from different models. So I could choose the fastest model or the custom model, and here you'll be brought to this pop-up screen where you can choose from different models. They have all the classics. They have VEO3 Fast, which has just been released, so that's cheaper than VEO3. They have some really good ones here, and they're all the latest and greatest ones, so it seems like they are adding as and when new ones come out, which is really good. Also, it will tell you a bit about each model and what you can achieve with them. Now they do have some demonstrations in the background, so look at this one here with the cat in the cloud. Really cool. And just completely random, but it looks great. And then you got this one with the lion. You have this little cute teddy bear thing, and it's got the AI effect of squish or squash. And you have this one like a rotation transition, so you can do a lot here. Now if you actually want to use, say, this effect here, you would go to create. Now the prompts will be placed in this text box down here. So it says this is a medium shot of the kitten receiving a coin as payment in its paws for its work. It looks grateful and hopeful. So you can even customize this, and you could say you want a dog receiving a coin. So I'm actually going to put that and see if it can generate something similar. So that will cost 300 credits, which may seem a lot, but you're essentially creating a video. So we'll come back to that when it's generated, but I just want to show you the effects section. So what you can do here is you can upload an image from your device to start the process of the effects. And it says the first button is for upload, the second is for effect. So essentially you would upload an image here, then you would upload an effect. So they have a few here you can choose from, such as samurai, warrior, and they even have a body shake, which is pretty crazy. So they could add more here, but they have a few good ones, and you can add in context then. So there's a lot you can do here. Now you can even add in a transition for some really seamless effects, and what you would do is you would add in a image here in PNG, JPEG or WebB under 50 megabytes, which is pretty reasonable. So the first one would be the start frame, and this one would be the end frame. So you would upload an image basically of anything here, whatever image you have in this one here. The first one will transition and do its best to almost morph into this image, so they would combine together, and you can create some really interesting videos from that. And then you can even add in context, which will then be used on these two images. And there's even more, there's a reference section. So if you upload an image of an object or a character or a scene, you can upload 1 to 3 images, and then it will try and keep that consistent throughout your video, which is really nice. There's additional options for this. You can choose from various aspect ratios, but you can only have up to 4 seconds, 720p max. There's movement amplitude, so you have auto, small, medium or large. Once again, you can choose from different styles, and you can choose from the Vidu 2.0 model and 1.5. Now here is the video that we generated, and originally it was a cat and now it's a dog. So let's see what it looks like. So it's grabbed the coin and the dog is receiving it as payment. So it has captured what we wanted, and it is very different to the original, which was this one here, which looks a lot better. Now I reckon a different AI model is being used here, and perhaps if we chose a different model that looks similar, it will come up with something different. So you do have to play around with this and do a bit of research as to what kind of AI model is being used there. There's lots of details on the internet. Now next up we have AI video effects, which can make your videos or even short form content very engaging. Now they have a lot here, and we did just touch base with some of this, but they have Ghibli, which is really cool, so that'll turn your image into this kind of anime type image. They got all sorts here, and as you go down they have different categories. They got transformation, Hulk dive, which is really cool. Now what you can do here is you can just click on one and go to create. And what I really like about Freebeat is it will add in the prompt to generate that kind of video. And then what you can do is you can change the details here to exactly what you want. And then you would upload an image and it will then generate into that Ghibli animation. And you can do that for any of these AI effects. Look at this one, Super Saiyan. If you're a Dragon Ball Z fan, you can do that one. I love Dragon Ball, it's one of my favourites. And then you can have 4 seconds max for a lot of these AI effects. 720p is the max resolution, and they have 3 different models. So Pixverse V4.5, One Effect, and Vidu 2.0. And this is across most platforms that are similar. And I'm sure when new models come out, they'll be uploaded and you could use them for different AI effects. Now another really cool unique feature is the reimagine video section. Now it's got some examples on the right here, so it's got the before and after, and you can see how different you can actually change the video. And look at that one's cool, so it actually creates like a game from that. and then you got this warrior type one, and you can really make this quite crazy if you are imaginative. And all you would do is upload the original video, and then you would upload the image to set the first frame and guide your video style, and then you'll add in what you want changed. So you really got to be descriptive here to get the best output, and that's what it's all about. If you give a good input, you will get a good output. Now, I actually made this one, and it was of this guy swimming here, so I hope you can see this. And he's just basically swimming underwater. And I did ask in the prompt for a big great white shark to swim nearby, but it didn't capture that. But this is basically what it looked like. And I'm not sure if you can hear it, but there are some watery sound effects. So that's kind of what you can do here. Now, Modern 5 videos is once again very similar to Reimagine videos, and the concept is what I'd say is very much the same. So you would upload your own video here, and then you'd upload an image to set the frame. And this is a kind of, I wouldn't say an issue, but something I've come across on Freebeat.ai. And a lot of these apps can almost intertwine and be very similar to each other, if not the same. So you will find as you go through them, there's a lot of kind of repetition on the app, so you might come across the same one, and you can see how many there are on the left, which can be a bit overwhelming, especially if you're new to the platform. Now, next up we've got text to video, which is a very popular one, and here's just some examples of what you can achieve here. They have some nice ones. This one's really cool, and I'm not going to go through all these, but you have all these different models that you can go through, and it's very similar to other platforms. And then they have image to video, which, as you can imagine, you upload an image, you describe what you want the AI to create, which will be based on that image, and you'll get some really nice output here and unique videos. Even more, we have transition video, which I did touch base on a little bit, but essentially what you'd do is you'd upload a starting image and an end image, and it will transition from the first one into the second, which can look really good. And you may have seen this on other short-based platforms. You can really get creative here. Now, next up we have subject reference video, which I did show you earlier, and you can basically keep consistency in scenes, characters or objects. And we also have motion transfer. So you can use some of these templates, and what you can do is you can go to create, it will apply that particular motion, and then you'll upload your character, and then that will start doing that particular motion. So this is really cool. You can upload your own or choose from these templates, and they have a lot here. They have filters, if you're kind of TikTok dancers, which are popular. So there's a lot going on here, a lot of features which might be right for you guys. There is also face swap, so this is quite a popular one, and they have an example of Donald Trump and this female, and then that's even a video, and then it's mixed the two together and it's got this video here. So that's quite funny, and I reckon you could have good fun with this. What's also really nice on the platform is they have free stock footage and AI clips, and basically what you can do is you can search through any of these videos and photos, you can download them and then use them as context. And I'm not entirely sure what platforms they're using, but either way it's pretty cool that they've got this. And then you can go to generate and you can create a video either from 30 seconds, 1 minute or 3 minutes. You can choose from 3 different aspect ratios. Then you describe what you want in the video, and you can have background music, choose your language, subtitles and voice actors. And one thing I forgot to mention, on every app you will have this section here where it will tell you exactly what this particular app can do and give you examples. And this is what I really like. They've taken a lot of time and effort to give you a lot of examples and instructions to get the best output from all these apps. And you can tell that the founder and support team really care about this platform, and they want to make it user friendly for everyone and make it a success. Now also you have lip sync video, and you'll just upload your original video in various formats, which I do like, and then you upload the audio and it will sync the two together. So that can be really cool. You can also loop the video, so it will just continuously go on, which is really good for shorts platforms and engaging users and getting more views. And of course you can remove the watermark. And you have image apps. Now we've covered free stock images. You have the AI image generator, which we kind of looked at, but this is a separate one where you can use models Imagen 3, Imagen 4, Flux 1.1 Pro, Recraft version 3, Bagel, and GPT-4.0. So they have the standard set of models and they're pretty good overall, and they'll cost different amounts depending on which one you choose. And here are some examples. If you go to create on any of these, it will add the prompt in, which, as I said earlier, is really cool. There's some pretty graphic ones here, but you can see the level of detail that you can achieve here. Now I did miss this one out, but what they have as well is video upscaler. And you can upload your original video, and that's quite blurry, as you can see, and you can even preview this one. So that's what it originally looked like. And if we go to the after, you will see how much better that looks, and that's actually really impressive. So all you'll do is upload your video. You would choose the upscale factor, so the higher you have it, the probably longer it will take, and the most likely the better the quality, but it's not always the case. So 2 is probably good to go for, it's double. Then you have the target FPS. So that would be frames per second. Now it's on 24 and it goes all the way up to 60. So on 60 it would be very fluent. It would probably cost a lot more, but it would look better. Now, like video upscaler, you also have image upscaler, which basically works the same. You can see the before and the after photo is very impressive, but this time you can actually input a prompt. So it says here, be as descriptive as possible for the best results. So if your image is really blurry, you can basically describe what you want to see so that AI has some idea on what to create. Although overall, it will probably generate something very similar, if not the same. Then you have the negative prompts, which is what you don't want the AI to add. Now guys, there was a lot to cover here, and I wanted to go through some of the main points, and I hope you've got a good idea on what you can achieve on Freebeat.ai. And they have a lot of AI features, which essentially means they have a lot more to monitor and fix if there's any bugs and update, and it's really ambitious, but the platform does feel very premium. And what I really like is they have a good support team, a good founder, they're on Discord, they're very active. Okay guys, and here is the subscription plan. Now there is a free trial you can use so you can test out the platform. There are some restrictions which you can imagine would be in place, but gives you an idea of what you can do on the platform if you like it. And then for the next plan you have the standard plan, which is $9.99 a month, which is actually really good as well. There's also yearly where you can save 30%. You can try this one where you get 3,000 monthly video credits, which is very generous, and everything's open here. The video resolution is up to 720, so that's a slight restriction, but on the Pro plan, which is the most popular, you get a huge 10,000 monthly video credits, which can basically allow you to generate loads and loads of videos and images and do all sorts. You get access to all the fast advanced models. You also get up to a video resolution of 180p. And in comparison to some platforms, $24.99 is actually pretty cheap. So that is a massive benefit there. And what I really like is that they have a boost pack. So if you do run low on credits, you can just top up to 8,000 credits for $31 max if you want to go for that. It also tells you the video pricing, which I really like as well. So if you're not sure on that, you can just check this particular page out under subscription. So would I recommend Freebeat.ai? And I absolutely would. Yes, there's some minor bugs that need fixing, but as I said earlier, the support team is very active and they basically fix these bugs as soon as possible. For instance, I had one where Spotify URL was not working, and within half an hour to an hour it was fixed. So if you have a good support team, essentially you have a good product. And they are very ambitious with all the apps that they have. which is my only issue, is that some of them don't work and they have a lot to monitor. So if they can keep on track with that, I think they're going to have a very successful platform. Okay guys, if you are interested after this video in subscribing to Freebeat AI, I will leave a link in the description. It is affiliated, but it would really help a lot and I'd massively appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, then don't forget to do that. Drop a like, let me know what your thoughts are on Freebeat AI, and I will see you for the next video.